Hi Tracy, this is a video showing the quote streamline test. It's actually on our development servers. Um, Unfortunately, there's still just one niggling bug, um, but it's quite an important one in that it's actually stopping us from creating quotes. But what I'll do is I'll show you what the quote streamline is looking like. Everything else I've just done testing, and everything else is complete. So I'm just anticipating that later on Friday evening it will be all ready for you to test and sign off on. So yeah, we won't actually put it up into production until such time as you've given us acceptance of the module. So as I said, I'm in the test environment here. I've just gone into a quote that I've actually created before for test. So it's just going to show up in a compressed view now instead of the expanded view. Number one, it's slightly quicker to deploy, and secondly, it's easier to browse the particular quote and just look at the sections that you want. So, the quote specifications, we've tidied things like the job descriptions, but you'll see that all in the specifications document which you signed off on as part of the quote for this project. In terms of the offering types, the way in which you add them or modify the ranking or delete or add more is just by simply clicking on that button. You can add a couple more, you can delete one, you can move and change that. You can also have another one. So for example, you've got 2 kitchen and cafes, but I won't do that. And then go save. You will notice that the order of those offering types are still not in the order which you guys signed off on the other day. The reason being is that will be done in production once we push it up into the live environment, because it's pointless us doing it in the test environment and then having to do it again in the live environment. So what you get is you get basically blank offering types, and all you need to do is just click on the plus, and then it pulls down all the offering types in the ranked order that was provided before. And once again, you can move them up, down, you can create duplicates if you want, etc. Now, that's the one that I've just added. You'll notice now that they've all got default settings. Once again, these 2 columns, they will be revised as according to that spreadsheet that I signed off with the guys on Tuesday. All the frequencies are default, and you can change them just one. Of course, you've got to set a day. It's every fortnight, so you can just add the days in. This has to be done this way simply because there's no way of coding it the way that it was proposed. Otherwise, what you will have is you can only have all Mondays, all Tuesdays, or a combination of Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, but you have to have it for all the offerings under that offering type, and that is not desirable, so therefore we had to compromise and provide that there. Okay, and then you can go to the next one and add them. If you need to modify them in any way, you just click this, and for example, if you want to delete 2 of them, you can do that, or you can reorder them, add a duplicate, etc., and it all comes back through to the quote. Just ignore the slowness, because it is a slow connection and a slow server, so it is not indicative of the production and what it's going to be like in production for that. So Okay, I'm just going to cancel out of this so that I can speed this up. You've got the add cover letter, add documents, that's been down here. You'll also notice here that there is a reject quote button. This was added, in fact it was added after we gave you the quote, so it's been quite a build to add that there. But that allows you now, and it is actually transposed in the report, the quote report now also has what you asked for in terms of enhancements. So if you go to quote report, now you can run status of accept, rejected, and pending. So if I do a rejected, then that one's been rejected. Also, you'll see that it is created by, that's also been added, that column, as per your enhancement request. So that's basically the quotes. Also, looking at then the administration part of it, all I need to do is go into the admin, because of course you can only do it in super admin, changing or managing the offerings and offering types. So the offering types, you've got them all listed here. You can have the commercial, home, handyman, and lawns, and you've got the listed there. And of course you can change the rankings. You can also change the content of each individual one by selecting one and go edit, and it's got the fields that were there before. Okay, so that's the offering types. The offerings is slightly more complex. It's actually a lot easier now because it's all segmented into offering types, as opposed to just all being on one list. So you can go and you can search for all under general home care. You can reorder them. You can then change the content of them, etc. And one new thing that they've added is manage products used and equipment. So you've got all the products used and equipment, and you can edit those. You've got them there. You can tell whether it's product used or equipment. This is applicable across all the services, considering that the list is going to be used by both home and commercial, and lawns aren't going to be using this part, there shouldn't be a big issue with that in terms of usability. And furthermore, it actually doesn't go through to the user, although the user can, in the quote, change any product used or equipment from the default to any other. So as long as it's on this list, they can do that. So when you look at all that, there are the changes. Some of the other things I need to make you aware of is that there's quite a few changes as well to the jobs, only from an aesthetic point of view. So if I open up this one here, you'll notice that it's now a lot more compressed. And they've changed just a couple of words just to tidy a few things up. You've got your additional information. You've got your description of job. You've got your specifications down there. And then you've got your franchisee information and job allocation information. You can add things. We've changed the title of the button, and we've also changed the name of the job complete button as well. You've still got your requote and your amend quote. We've left those there according to your instructions. Those are the changes. Hopefully this is going to speed up and also make it a bit easier to filter through what is quite a long screen anyway, so you can just access the information through these tabs quicker and more easily without having to scroll up and down.